He's not a top 10 quarterback. I'm sorry.
Bryce got the taste, Cam got the game. Chris with the flash, Swan bring the flame. Headset to the mic, we never gon' fade. NL, NBA, we running the lane. Talk big plays, big trades, big games. Post up the clips, go viral with claims. Turn your TVs on and keep us in the frame. It's the I Need It gang, you know the name.
Let's know what your Eagles are doing this year.
We rise to the top, never stop, no delay. Spotlight on us every night, every day. I need it, I want it, I crave it. Hot takes the vibes, we made it. On the booth to the door, keep blazing. It's the I Need It Sports Pod, no faking. Got the moves, Cam got the speed. Chris with the heat, Swan plant the seed. Live from the stage, we never gon' bleed. NFL or NBA, need a dream team. Saw big dreams, big teams, big leagues. The takes and go viral instantly. I need it taking over for the world to see. Tell the case that the slip, let's take the lead. We rise to the top, never stop, no delay. The spotlight on us every night, every day.
Get him in here, get him in here, get him in here.
Hot takes the vibes, we made it. From the booth to the court, we blazing. It's the I Need It Sports Pod, no faking.
Yo, what is good, everybody? I Need a Sports Podcast back in action. Week 3 recap, week 4 preview. Y'all already know what it is. Got my guy Swan, got Cam. Chris will be joining us here pretty shortly since his funky ass got to get back from the gym and shower and stuff. But yes, man, another week of NFL football in the books, man. It's honestly Wednesday night. I know baseball is nearing playoff season at the end of this week. Like, man, it ain't nothing. I was like, I need football back again. So luckily, tomorrow night kicks us off for week 4, Cardinals and Seahawks for Thursday night football, man. But a good week for me and you, Swan. Good week for me and you. Cam, I know it's rough out there. DJ, we appreciate you hopping on tuning in. Cam, I'm swinging to you first, man. I know it was a rough week 3. Obviously we were like, no way in hell the Texans lose to Trevor Lawrence, right? With that defense, CJ could do enough for that, and didn't do enough, man. So go ahead and vent to us a little bit. What's going on in Houston? 0-3 is not the start we wanted to see this season.
Well, the good thing for my sanity and my mental health, I didn't really get to watch it. I only saw our last possession when we had the ball and CJ was driving and he got hit on the arm, whatever. The ball went up in the air and we got intercepted or whatever. But from what I was reading from Twitter and our beat reporters or whatever in Houston, it sounded like the same old. Defense, is good. Then offense, still got problems with the offensive line. Our rookie tackle not playing great. Play calling is bad. CJ's still not looking like CJ. So yeah, that's what it seems to be the problem. I know, obviously everybody saw CJ Gardner got released, and what's called and at first it was kind of weird. I was like, it didn't make sense at all. And then the beat reports in Houston or whatever came out with like different reports, whatever, saying he was throwing other players under the bus, just talking bad in the locker room, and then talking about they ain't say who, but I kind of already know who he was talking about. Talking about guys another player's contract, pretty much. I think it was Jalen Petry's contract because
Yeah,
they played the
it
same
gotta be
position.
him.
Yeah, and then CJ Gardner, he was talking about he wanted to blitz more. Then that's the position that Jalen Petry plays in. So all that was happening. And then also I saw a breakdown of CJ Gardner in the 3 games, like in the critical moments, whatever. He made 3 critical bad decisions because he wasn't really getting the D'Amico's playbook down pretty much because D'Amico runs a lot of match coverages, and he was just missing assignments, which led to like big plays down the field, and so he just wasn't a good fit, I guess. So yeah, we released him.
Hey man, Houston sports right now. The city is in the garbage. Fred VanVleet torn ACL in the offseason workout. Astros on the brink of missing out on the playoffs because they can't get a win, and then the Texans. Not saying they was like Super Bowl favorites to like the general population, but I thought they was gonna be good. I know we thought they was gonna be good. Did not see a 0-3 start coming, man, at all. So this is big. And week 4 versus the Titans, like, I mean, not statistically, it's not over, but if they lose to the Titans to go to 0-4, like shit, the season over. Like it just is what it is. But you said one thing in there. You said CJ still not looking like CJ. And I'm not saying I believe this. I still believe in CJ. It's just the beginning of year 3. But now, of course, the conversation has shifted. And I told you back during his rookie season when he hit the scene, I was like, everybody loves CJ right now. You know how fickle this social media shit is with sports and everything. They love you one day, they hate you the next.
Yep.
Now everybody hates CJ, and the talk of the town is, well, is CJ actually really good, or did he just have a Cinderella run rookie season, and this is actually who he is as an NFL QB? How you feel about that? I know, obviously, he's your boy. This is, what y'all hope will be the franchise guy early on in year 3, like I said. So it's really not time to hit the panic button. But, of course, people are hitting the panic button on CJ Stroud. So how you feeling about your QB, man?
I mean, the talent is still obviously there. You can see the passes, he makes is, still be on point or whatever. It just seems like he just like he's kind of nervous, or like the anticipation from like his rookie year to like now is just not there. Because his rookie year he was making throws where it was like he was meeting the receiver there, he was leading the receiver to like where they should be, and they would they would get there or whatever. So I mean, I'm not hitting the panic button at all. I mean, talent is obviously still there. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say he's the same player he was his rookie year. He's obviously not. Whatever, things definitely kind of changed a bit. So I'm not hitting the panic button. I still think he's a good quarterback, great quarterback. I mean, he just gotta have to go out there and show everybody, who he still is. So
That's fair. Swan, you up next, man. Eagles. What was once looking bleak, and I know they was blowing up your phone, and people just don't learn they lesson. Down 26-7, Eagles finished the game 33-20, 26-7, and finished the game 33-26, win it all. Talk on it, man. Jalen Hurts came through. The passing game finally opened up. He started calling his plays instead of that BS Patullo was running, man.
Bro, first, I want Nick Sirianni to stop lying to the media. Kevin Patullo did not call no plays second half. He has to stop lying. Stop trying to save your homeboy, man. I know it's a homie now, but bro, he didn't call no plays. If you saw in the footage of Jalen Hurts going off from Patullo, he was calling the audible plays. And then I know Sirianni has some insight calling plays too, because Sirianni used to call plays before we had Shane Stein and everybody else call plays. So Jalen Hurts showed everyone why he's still in the top 5, top 10 range of one of the best QBs right now. Obviously, like everybody's playing about the offense. I was playing about the offense. As I said on the podcast, I wasn't a fan of Patullo being hired. I've been said that. I said it's gonna be like another Brian Johnson 2.0. Hiring someone who doesn't have like the full experience, which I understand that because you want to give him some type of experience, but hiring someone after we just won Super Bowl to take over offense and he have no experience is not a good look. I've been said like if Mike McDaniel, for example, was to get fired, I would love him to be the offensive coordinator for us. But I mean, I don't know who else is on the market right now as far as that. So something had to give. I'd rather them go out and look instead of like internally promoting. They trying to save money that way. I don't know, but nevertheless, this shows why Jalen Hurts is still one of the best QBs in the game. Taking over the game, calling the plays, finally using his voice. He's always calm and demeanor, not really saying much, which only can get you to a certain point. At some point, you got to put your foot down and be like, hey, man, look, ain't nothing going right. Something got to go. So for him to say that, put the coach in his place and take over the game and call most of the plays and finally get A.J. Brown a 100-yard game and finally give Devontae Smith over 4.5 receptions finally, like that's the Eagles offense I know. And I know Saquon didn't really have a good game. That's fine. Not everybody going to always have a good game, but you have two of the top 10 receivers, top 15 receivers on your roster. You can't feed them the ball. Yeah, that's not a good look. Like, nobody can guard AJ. His name is can't guard AJ. Like, come on now. Like, 1K always open. Yeah. He's always open. Why can't you feed him the ball? And then with Smitty can get open. So that it looked good. And it also shows me that, like, the Eagles are still a dangerous team. Obviously, we won games with a bland offense. Now you can show you what we can do when the offense clicking. We already have like a really good defense. I think we rank 11th in yards allowed as a defense. Mind you, we still have that cornerback 2 spot still like in. And so, and part of our edge rush now, especially with Noah Smith now, he's out. So our edge rush have been very thin, but they still like a dominant defense. So now that the offense starting to click, it's going to be looking really dangerous in the NFC, especially when we see teams like the Packers, what they did against the Browns. It's going to look, that NFC going to look real, real mean come playoff time.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if y'all know it. I know they've been throwing around the stat of Jalen Hurts. I think he's won like 18, 19 games in a row that he started and finished in. But another cool stat I seen was when Saquon, Jalen Hurts, Devontae, and AJ Brown all suit up, Eagles are 17-0. They haven't lost a game since Saquon has been traded over there, where they've all 4 of them have played on the offensive end. And it's like, man, they kind of made it look so easy in the second half. I was like, what the hell was Patullo calling these first couple games? Because it should have never been that hard for real.
Calling shotguns at the 10-yard line. I don't know why we're calling shotguns at the 10-yard line, but like that's college. That's like A&M type plays, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. So, but they got the job done. Jalen Hurts, he threw the ball, y'all. I mean, I don't get it. People still was trying to discredit him. Like he do everything y'all say he can't do, and then y'all turn around and flip it and make it something else.
That man Nick Wright, I don't get it because Nick Wright said he not throwing the ball. He first said Jalen Hurts throw the ball. Jalen Hurts finally throw the ball. Then he said, well, he only threw the ball because we told him to. Like it's like Hurts can't win for anything. I tell him throw the ball, he finally throw the ball. Now you're saying, well, he only threw the ball because we told him to. Yeah. I don't know. It's like he can't win for anything. And he's the only QB who gets this type of treatment. That's the crazy part.
Oh, because you seen, I mean, Josh Allen had a decent game on Thursday, but that low ass A-Dot, none of the conversation was remotely the same as it was when it was Jalen Hurts a week before. And then Jalen Hurts goes out, throws, for 220, 3 touchdowns, and then they're like, well, look at the weapons. Yeah, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Like, they keep moving the goalpost so much. That's all I just let them. That's why people texting me. I was like, bro, I just let y'all talk at this point. All I do is just flash the ring every time. That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah, so the winners win, man, at the end of the day. Eagles move to 3-0. Got a tough matchup this week. This will really be a good test. Tampa Bay been y'all's Achilles heel for the last few years, but looking forward to that one. As for my Chiefs, boy, was it ugly as hell, but we finally got in the W column, thank the Lord, and we might have just sent Russell Wilson into retirement. He's now benched. I don't know. I mean, he said he's not done. I don't know who else would pick him up at this point, but it's Jackson Dart season over in NYG. Chiefs got the dub, and Xavier Worthy looks to be on track to be playing this week versus Baltimore. Definitely going to need him, man. But, hey, Tyquan Thornton, Pats fans were talking all season like, hey, he sucks. He's not going to be able to do anything with y'all. He can't catch. He can't run routes. None of that. I'm like, as we see now, man, this is where I'm like, y'all can say what y'all want about Mahomes. How many receivers can you name that can struggle to even make an NFL roster, let alone produce if they are on the roster. Come to the Chiefs, and then it's like, oh, they a completely different player with Mahomes. This is now like the fifth receiver because McCole Hardman just got cut from the Packers practice squad earlier this week.
No,
MVS still not on the team. Kadarius Toney just announced this week he's officially retired. Please call him by his rapper name. He not playing football no more. Sky Moore is nobody in San Francisco. And this weekend, our wide receiver 1 and 2 were Tyquan Thornton and Juju Smith-Schuster, who were both let go by the Patriots after last year. So, I mean, I don't know what more y'all want, but happy Tyquan Thornton's finally getting his footing with Patrick Mahomes. We throwing the ball deep. Patrick Mahomes actually leading the league right now in the deep ball thrown, which is people like, oh, he can't throw it more. Like, he can throw it. We ain't done it so long. Like, it gotta get back working. But we gonna get it cracking here pretty soon. The way the Ravens even been looking, I'm like, man, if it's not this weekend, come on now. But yeah, man. So Chiefs got in the W column. Glad to see that. But like I was saying, and we're gonna get into our first segment for this week 3 recap. We might have retired Russ, man. We might have done it. So, they always say, let Russ cook, let Russ cook. The kitchen is closed once again. This is now his 4th team. He says he wants to keep playing. I'm like, I don't who at this point in his career, who wants a 36-year-old Russell? Because you see the results.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be able to win some games, be competitive, but you're not gonna be a true contender. So, like, what team is just trying to be middle ground? Because at this point, like New York's doing, just let the young guys play. See what you got. See what your draft picks can do, man. And we seen it last year. Pittsburgh, he was able to help them limp into the playoffs, got smacked. With the Broncos, we seen how bad that went. Seattle, his last year was bad. It's like he 36 now. I think it's time to hang him up, man. Like, you had a career, and now at this point, it's like, I don't know how y'all feel about it, and that's my first question. Like, if you consider Russell Wilson, Hall of Fame worthy already, but it's like, you're only damaging your legacy the more you play at this point. Like, I'm not saying we'll talk about it. I'll get y'all's opinion first, but it's hurting him more than it's helping him at this point to be playing NFL football. At this point, man, go be a dad to them children. Go be a wife to Sierra, man. You got the life outside of him. Go live it, bro. It's over. It's done. It's finito, man. But that's the first question. Y'all think if Russ' career ends today, is he Hall of Fame? And if you do think he's Hall of Fame, is he first ballot?
He's not first ballot. I'm telling you right now, he's not. I mean, a lot of people may. It's not even hating. I just don't think he's first ballot. I think that team that he was on was a very, very loaded team, offense and defense. Offense obviously with Doug Baldwin and Marshawn Lynch, and then defense with the Legion of Boom. He did his thing. I think he played his role very well. And this is not saying he's not a great QB. I think he can make it. I don't think he's first ballot because, I mean, at this point in the Hall of Fame, straight to Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is like they let a lot of people in nowadays. Same way you kind of do like with NBA. So like a lot of players are getting into the Hall of Fame. I feel like he can for sure make it, just let alone the stats he has. But first ballot, I don't. Among the all-time greats, we're talking about QBs. Like, you have players like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, obviously Pat Mahomes, who done more than him in less time. And literally, Lamar Jackson is literally now leading all time in passing rating. And the only thing he's missing from his resume is literally a ring. He already got 2 MVPs to Russell Wilson's 0. I think he basically got more All Pros now, Pro Bowls. And that's Hall of Fame right there. The only thing he's missing is a ring. That's it. But you got players who made to the Hall of Fame without a ring, like the Jim Kellys and everybody else. So I feel like he can for sure make it. I feel like he'd be like one of them like late ones, that probably get like overlooked, kind of like the Sterling, like the who else? What's Shannon Sharp's brother? Like Sterling Sharp.
Yeah, he just made it.
Coming like a little later, but I don't think he's first ballot personally. Me, I don't think he is.
That's fair. What about you, Kim? What you think about Russ?
Yeah, I wouldn't say first ballot, but I think he definitely gets in.
Yeah.
I think the stats are there. He was a 10-time Pro Bowler with also, he has a ring or whatever. Had good moments with Seattle. I think he can make I think he can make it, but I wouldn't say first ballot.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't think he's first ballot either. But now it's just like because there's only 5 Hall of Famers picked each year,
Yeah.
and like I don't like he's gonna. It depends on when he retires because you have to be out of the league for 5 years once you retire to even be Hall of Fame, be put on the ballot to be put in. But he's going to be fighting with some of the quarterbacks from the generation he entered into the league with, I'm sure. And yeah, he does have the ring, but then when you look back at it, it's like, not saying obviously he wasn't, not good, but he wasn't the main catalyst for that ring. They had the Legion of Boom, one of the greatest defenses of all time. Now, he definitely still had to do what he did, and he was good at it. But then, once the Legion of Boom was depleted and gone, Russ never went back. I don't think he ever even made another conference championship game in the NFC once Legion of Boom was over with. He had some comeback wins. He still had a few playoff wins, I think, but it was nothing special. And then now that's what I'm saying. Like, now the farther he goes along into his career, it's like you only damaging your case for the Hall of Fame. Because, like, his winning percentage when he was with the Seahawks was 66. Ever since he's left Seattle with Pittsburgh, Denver, New York, it's 38%. Completion percentage has dropped from 65 to 63. Touchdown interception ratio is lower from 3.4 to 2.3. His total QBR went from 66 to 45. It's like, bruh, like you're not helping your case now. Like you had a case, but it just diminishes with each year that passes that you still lace them up and you're actually a starting quarterback. And I know it's probably hard to accept, for players when their time is done. Was like, man, unless you want to if you can't fully accept a all-time backup role at this point in your career, then you do need to hang him up because that's really what you need to. You just need to be a backup that can be a mentor for a young guy, and if something happens to that young guy, you can step in the meantime. But as far as starting quarterback in the NFL right now, I'm not saying he's not as good as all 32 quarterbacks because obviously Russell Wilson can start for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
But for those teams that he could start for, it's like there's no point in playing Russell Wilson because they more than likely have a young QB who they need to see if they can figure things out with. So it's like, yeah, it's probably time. But on the flip side of that, now it's like, I don't know if I would have thrown Jackson Dart into the fire like this right now.
Nah,
like I get New York fans are like ready for something new and they booing him. But it's like they do have Jameis Winston on the roster too. And like if you wanted to allow Jackson Dart to just keep learning a little bit more, maybe you could have done that. But at the same time, all the reports coming out of camp is like Jackson Dart, he's amazing. What we see in practice, what we see when he has to run a scout team versus the ones, like, dude is making throws we never seen here before. Like, okay, you just throwing him into the fire. His first game is finna be versus the Chargers, who have maybe
a top
defense
defense
in the league right now. When you could, I'm not saying any game is gonna be easy, but you could have allowed him a few more weeks to keep learning and then thrown him in versus a easier opponent on paper. And instead of like, okay, here, Jackson Dart sharks to the water. So it's like, damn, I don't know how to feel about that one. And I'm just praying for it because you know how social media is. Like, he can have a terrible game. It's like it's literally his first game ever, and he's playing the Chargers, who have a great game.
Because I'm looking at the schedule right now. They should have waited till next week. They play the Saints. They should wait till October 5th. And like that would be an easier matchup because right now they're gonna like you saying going against Chargers. That's gonna be a hard matchup. They should wait till play the Saints because after the Saints, that's when they go to that gauntlet. They got to play Philly, Denver, Philly again, 49ers, Bears, Packers, Lions. Them games are all gonna be tough. So they should have waited.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't wait, but yeah, they've gotten them fans have gotten impatient over there. They every time Russ went out on the field, he got booed. Then they brought in Jackson Dart for a few plays to run the option. Then they brought in Russell back in and they booed again. And then, like I said, I don't know, like, because they even announced today, they said the Giants, Dayball said Jackson Dart is going to be the starter for the rest of the season. So they making the move concrete unless something happens to him. And then at that point, I don't know if they let Russ come back in or if they just go to Jameis. But as of right now, they said Jackson Dart the starter for the rest of the season. So I'm just like,
And
I don't know.
He's getting a Denver treatment. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but that's what I'm like. I don't know if Russell Wilson's ever gonna get a starting job again. The last moments we may see of him in the NFL jersey was him on 4th down or 4th and goal. He threw the ball away. And that's where I'm like, okay, I kind of understand the benching at the same time too. Cause like, how do you throw the ball away on 4th and goal with nothing to lose? Like, you can't just throw it up at all. Like, you trying to protect your stats or something. Like, what's going on? You got to at least give your wide receivers an opportunity. And he threw it out the back. He threw it out the back of the end zone on 3rd and 4th and goal.
I think
it was a bad way to go out for sure.
I think also with the way they wasn't able to scheme, Malik Neighbors played like a huge factor into that as well. He's been frustrated with us. Like he's been very, very frustrated. So I think that also played a factor as well. Now you're not able to. I mean, obviously we know what Malik Neighbors can do. He's very talented. Obviously, when he's playing, he could be definitely a top 10 receiver. But you can't even scheme your franchise receiver open. This is your best receiver you've had since Odell. Like, you can't scheme him open. It's gonna be a issue because then when he gonna want to leave, then what? Yeah, back to the drawing board again.
Yeah. And at this point, it's a last-ditch effort for Dayball. He's trying to save his job. Maybe Jackson Dart can make it competitive or make them not a contender, but like make them 6-7 wins. Maybe I think that would be good. Maybe Dayball at 6-7. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. 6-7, Chris. I don't know. But yeah, welcome to the pod. Our guy Chris on, but we're over here talking about Russ, Chris. And obviously, I don't know how much you were able to hear, but they said yesterday Jackson Dart starting. They said today he's going to be the starter for the rest of the season, point blank, period. Where does Russell Wilson go from here? Because he said he's not done playing. He's not retiring. And I'm like, bro, we were just talking about, is he Hall of Fame? And it's like, he probably will be able to squeak into the Hall of Fame, but the longer he keeps playing now, the more damage he's doing to that argument, because you can't be this bad for a certain, because it's getting to the point like he's about to be matching his years in Seattle with years being bad. It's like, that's not a Hall of Fame career necessarily, because it's the entirety of your time playing, man. So how you feeling about Russ in New York, and it's time to let him stop cooking?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think his career before leaving Seattle was Hall of Fame worthy. Like, I genuinely, not to say that he sucks, but like I'm kind of a hard ass when it comes to Hall of Fame, especially in basketball, but also in football. I don't think you should be in the Hall of Fame just because you survived the gauntlet of that career. Like, if anything, I think Russell Wilson is just the best example of a successful quarterback in the NFL. Like, this is kind of the standard, right? Like, you either can be better than this or worse than this. But if you're not this, and I want to make sure I point out, like, that year he did, I heard y'all talking about that year he did win that ring. Like, he definitely had a stacked team. So it really wasn't just him, but he did his part. But in the same breath, like, that's what you're supposed to do as an NFL quarterback, in my opinion. Like, you have one job. Well, you have multiple jobs within that one job, but you've been training your whole life for that. And I don't think you should get awarded for doing what I would kind of consider the bare minimum for that position. But I feel the same way about basketball too. Like, and Cam said it as well. Like, we just letting anybody into the Hall of Fame nowadays. Like, if you're not a legend in somebody's eyes, you should not be in the Hall of Fame. To me, like, when people think of Hall of Fame, like, at least my Cowboys, Emmitt Smith, rushing yards, Michael Irvin, goated. Like, I guess even Troy Aikman, you can put it that way. Like, to a whole generation, he's a GOAT. But for like 1 year, kids in the Legion of Boom, maybe they remember that shit. Like, I don't know, bro. But I will say, on the Jackson Dart thing, I actually disagree with y'all. I think it's best that they throw him out into the fire. I think trial by fire is the best way to learn. I think if he struggles against the Chargers this weekend, it may make going against the Saints next weekend a little bit easier. Or maybe he'll be able to read those coverages a little bit easier because they're not as talented. Thing about it is, like you said, Bryce, like, no game is ever going to be easy. So, I mean, it's either gonna get harder or it's gonna get easier. I think you give him the hardest challenge. Like at first, everything else later down the line will seem a little bit easier, or unless he'll be a little bit more comfortable. Let's put it that way. So it's better now than never. Honestly, in my opinion, they should have did it when the season started. I think we all agree with that. But now they're just trying to make up for lost time. I'll be mad at them for it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely just the last ditch move. Dayball's job is a couple more bad games. Dayball's out. Like if they don't have more than probably like 2 wins, or at least potential wins by the trade deadline, yeah, Dayball's out. He getting fired. The problem is though, I just hate that.
Is it the team that we had losing like the first 7 games? Who was that?
It was the Giants because Cam was saying like Dayball will be gone by then.
Yeah, if he loses against the Saints, they gone, bro. Like he gone.
Yeah, so I mean, it just sucks because I hate that for a young QB. Like if it is to happen, like you got drafted into one system, and now you gotta learn a new system. But it's like hopefully the Giants get the right coach for him if that is to happen. But showing clearly is one of the worst GMs in football because this is a terrible track record the last couple years, man. And it don't help that Daniel Jones is doing what he's doing right now.
Y'all know I'm a Dart believer. I was hyping up Dart when he was at Ole Miss for 2 years. So I think he got it, bro. I think he actually could be a decent quarterback. I think he could probably be like half of what Justin Herbert is right now. Like this season, he could be half of that, which is not impressive, but it's a good starting point. So
that's fair. That's fair, man. And just to end it with the Russ Hall of Fame thing, I like what you said about like, man, like people in the Hall of Fame should be legends. And I think another word is like generational too. And I hate how people just keep throwing around generational now for every prospect, every player. It's like, bro, people can be really good, great even. There's a select few that be generational, legendary. We're not going to have that many of them within this one singular period of time. Like there's only a select amount. Not everybody can be legendary. Like I get a lot of these players are great, but like the greatness combined with the accolades, that's what makes you legendary and stuff like that, man. And I'm just sitting there thinking, I know we were younger, but like, was there ever a time that Russell Wilson was a top 3 quarterback in the league?
Wait a minute, bro. Don't do that.
I don't think so.
I'm finna piss Cam off because when I was hearing y'all talk about this stuff, I was like, y'all finna talk about Jalen Hurts the same way in 10 years. But in my head, that's what I said in my head. But Jalen Hurts got a full career ahead of him. So
he got a long way to go.
He got a long way to go.
But he's funny enough. I'm not even dissing Jalen Hurts because y'all know how I feel about him. Funny enough, his career has started the exact same as Russell Wilson, so he's on the trajectory to be Hall of Fame. It's just a matter of will Jalen Hurts keep up this stuff, whereas Russell Wilson was here and then the drop off just hit like that.
I think
now it's just been bad ever since. I don't think that's gonna happen with Jalen Hurts.
I think the only difference between Hurts and Russ, though, like I agree with you as well, is like trajectory of their careers. I think the only difference is that when, like you said, when we lost Legion of Boom, we saw what Russ can, like, he fall apart. As far as what Hurts, when we saw the team like fall apart, like 2 years ago, for example, they went 1-for-11. He still put a team on his back. Russ wasn't doing that, if that makes sense. Like when Legion Boom left, like just like when we lost half our defense to a free agency and trades, whatever, Hurts was carrying them to win still. Russ, on the other hand, was throwing the game away. He was making it worse for them. If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's Russ. It's just they did have a similar start to their career.
Yeah.
And now we see how it's ended for Russ. But yeah, when you think about it, bro, because I think I'm going to look it up, but I'm pretty sure Russ was drafted, I want to say in like
3rd round, 2012.
2012, yeah, 2012.
Yeah. No ball, bro.
So I'm like, man, at that point, you got Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers in the midst of their primes. He was not better than them. Peyton Manning was at the end of his career, but that was literally the year after Russ's second year. That's when Manning had that MVP year with 55 touchdowns. Wasn't better than him.
Drew Brees.
Wait a minute.
Drew Brees, Big Ben.
You heard what you just said? You just
What?
said 55 touchdowns.
Exactly.
That's Hall of Fame. That's Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
That's
is.
Hall.
It is. Against a Broncos for a Broncos offense that wasn't really producing much till he came too. That's the crazy part.
And I get Russ got the ring thing, but Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers were two guys that put up great stats that were in the league at the time in their prime. Matthew Stafford was doing his thing in Detroit, even though Detroit wasn't, good. But we see how Matthew Stafford's career is now, and he got the ring, and he's been a contender with the Rams. It's just like, man, I'm not even trying this. Like, that's why I think people take, like, this generation now, especially on social media, everybody takes shit so personal. It's like, to say Russell Wilson is not a Hall of Famer is not a knock on Russell Wilson. He was still how many people can say they played quarterback in the NFL for 10 plus years?
And
he was a good quarterback, but he's not a Hall of Famer. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, man. Like, I get he got the Super Bowl, he got some clutch moments. It was like, bro, a lot of quarterbacks got those same things.
And that's what I was saying. If you look at the QBs we have now, like the Lamar Jackson thing, they can really surpass. I mean, I'm not even gonna say they can. They will surpass, everything that Russ had done so far.
Yeah. So, hey, it is what it is. But he says he's not done. At this point, I'm just like, Russ, who the hell would even want to have you as a starter, bro? Just go be a husband and a father.
Go to the XFL.
That's about the only option at this point. So I'm just very confused. I'm just very confused with it, man. But that being said, man, y'all know what we gotta do. We gotta recap NFL Week 3 picks, man.
Cool, man.
It was a tough week. It was a tough week, but I mean, we were able to mitigate a few of the losses. It was a losing week still, but this thing going hella fast. But this is how our official pod plays for Week 3, man. So I'll kick it off. Oh, Texans are officially banned, bro.
Yeah, that nigga's ass. Excuse my language.
Man, if there was any game, I was like, man, that for sure win it. They for sure win it. It gotta be versus the Jags with that defense, because the offense don't gotta do that much. And the offense still can't do that. Like, they can't do anything at all. And this week, they should beat the Titans. And they probably will cover. I think it's a 7-point spread. I'm staying away from it. I will not be betting that. I can't, man. I can't. Until I see significant improvement from them on the offensive side of the ball, Texans banned. Jake Ferguson, over 4.5. Shit, I wish I would have done a Jake Ferguson ladder, because goddamn it, he got every reception this week from that, and he probably gonna get every reception moving forward with CD out, man.
Yeah.
And then Green Bay, I knew Green Bay was gonna be in a dogfight with Cleveland, just because like they coming off the 2-0, they feeling good. Cleveland actually still has a great defense. Myles Garrett, a legendary player in a terrible franchise. I knew it was gonna be tough. That's why I did the teaser. I was like, they should still maybe win. And they should have. But what we talked about last week, man, the Packers, it's funny. It's not saying like Jordan Love is a great QB, but the Packers are so good everywhere else. Coaching, defense. Their weapons aren't like the greatest, but they got, serviceable weapons on the offensive side of the ball. It's like all Jordan Love has to do is not turn the ball over. And the Packers, 9 times out of 10, are going to win the football game. Well, what did Jordan Love do when they were up 10-3 with the 3 minutes left to go in the game? Let up an interception. They returned it into the red zone, put the defense in a bad position. Now it's a game. And then field goal gets blocked to win the game. As we've seen, special teams across the board was horrible this week. And next thing you know, Green Bay loses, man. So I went 1-2, minus 1.16 units. Tough week for the official pod plays, man. So it is what it is. Sometimes it be like that. But like I said, Texas bets, you won't see no more from me for at least the next month. They banned Green Bay and Baltimore. It didn't even help. Green Bay lost. It was already dead. But then Baltimore did what they did on Monday night. So, hey, man, tough going for Week 3 picks for me, man. But on to you, Cam.
It was tough week for me. Also, I thought it started off good, and I thought it was about to go good. Took Josh Allen's over 20.5 completions. I feel like that game, like I feel like the Dolphins, I feel like the Dolphins were going to come out strong, which they did. Played well, played well enough to where Josh Allen had to keep on throwing and whatever. Close game. Well, it was a close game. They lost. I think they won by 10 or whatever. But he went over that. And then the AK over 78.5. Rushing plus receiving did not hit. I think he finished with like 50 something. That was just an ass whooping of a game. Seattle just completely beat the hell out of the Saints that game. And then I took DJ Moore's over 55.5 receiving yards. My thought process with this is Dallas secondary not looking good. So I thought this could be the game that DJ Moore gets going. He caught a touchdown, but the yards wasn't there. Luther Burton pretty much got all the receiving yards. Seemed like they really love Rome. In year 2 now, he's starting off having a good year this year. So I thought DJ Moore was going to was going to bounce back this game. Did not bounce back at all. So it went 1-2.
Versus that Cowboys secondary, man. I think at this point, and we'll talk about picks for this week a little bit later, but I feel like you just got to fade them. Whatever quarterback playing Dallas secondary, take the yards, take the passing touchdown, because my God. Boy, it's everybody open, guys.
You see my text, Cam?
Which one? Nah, I ain't seen
it. You can have Jordan Love after this week. I trade him to you after this week. This is what I've been waiting on.
Yeah, man. But Swan, you were the only one of us to go positive for the pod plays this week. So props to you. You held it down. You did your part for the official plays. We dropped the ball, man. But we're not talking about
that. So with Matt Stafford, so with him, I already knew he was gonna throw the ball a lot. So because like Philly had, like I said, Philly is really good against the run with Kyron White. I know Kyron White still did his thing, but they still good against the run. So and then head to head, I think he averages like 35.5 against Philly, like pass attempts. So I already knew he was gonna throw the ball a lot. I mean, I think Puka had like 11 receptions. I think Devontae had like 3 or 4. So he was gonna throw the ball a lot regardless to feed everybody. So that was a given. The Chargers minus 2.5, that came really, really lucky. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I think they won by that field goal. I think it's like 23-20. So that was like down to the wire. I already knew it was gonna be a gritty game because it's a divisional game, and then obviously the Broncos trying to get to the winning ways. I mean, they still haven't won yet, but they're trying to get to the winning ways, and they're going against a divisional rival. And the Chargers are the first team ever to go, I think, 3-0 the first 3 games in the division. So it's like that's crazy. And so like minus 2.5 was like, they can win by like a field goal. So that's why I took that one. And then the Falcons one was brutal. That was probably the worst beat I had all week, honestly. Like I came in there fully confident, like, okay, you know what? It's the Panthers. I would never underestimate Bryce Young again this one. I mean, I'm still going to, but in this moment, I'm gonna give him his props. He looked really good against the Falcons. Supposed to be Falcons' really good defense. The same defense that held Minnesota down to, I think, like 9 points. So it's like it's weird. So it's kind of like you limited a playoff team and you getting your ass kicked by a non-playoff team that haven't seen playoffs since 2017. So it's kind of like it's weird, But nevertheless, I took Falcons minus 4.5 because I was very confident, seeing everything in Bijan and seeing everything in Drake London, Michael Penix. I was thinking like everything gonna look really good, but I'm looking at my thing. I'm like, why is it 17-0? Why is it 30-0? I'm like, bro, they got shut out by one of the worst teams in the NFL. They're banned. Like they're completely banned. I don't care if it's just one game. They're completely banned. I'm not gonna lie to you. So that's on me with the Falcons one. I was very confident. Obviously, Vegas want their money back from the whole Buffalo and Ravens showdown. They want their money back, so they got it with the Falcons.
Yeah. And then last but not least, Chris, what happened, dog?
I mean, you pretty much touched on it with the Texans. I faded them last week. I was real confident in Baker, but I was like, they gonna get it back this week against the Jags. They did not do that. That was so ass. I watched that game from beginning to end. I ain't never watched the Texans game from beginning to end unless I was there. Yeah, so definitely not betting on them for at least a couple weeks. I don't know what's going on. It's like it's really CJ, bro. Like I don't know. At least from when I'm watching, like it's CJ. Like his balls are overthrown. He not getting the ball out. I don't know if y'all wide receiver core just isn't actually getting open. Like I wish there was a camera down the field to see what he actually seeing. He's already not mobile. The left side of that O-line is ass. It's literally like a strainer. Like anybody could walk through it. Shit, y'all play us. We may be able to get to the QB with that left side. Like we ain't got no pass rush. So now I'm gonna leave the Texans alone. I'm gonna leave Cam too. I'm sorry. I was just pissed because I needed that. Obviously we know what happened to CD, so that's unfortunate. I definitely thought he was gone. I mean, he been doing it since the season started. Back been feeding him, and most of his catches been at least 20-something yards. I thought that was easy, but obviously he got hurt off some stupid ass run play, which I don't know why we did it like that. I've said it before in the past, like, yeah, we do jet sweeps with him when he lines up in the slot, and we've lined him up in the backfield before, but we've never actually given him the ball. I don't know why we decided to do it right then and there. I feel like kind of similar to like with OKC when we changed our lineup for no reason before actually playing the team. I feel like that's kind of how we went out with that idea. Like we didn't have to do that. We could have played them how we normally play first, and then if we needed to pull that card out, then we pull it out. But that's hindsight. And then Denver Chargers, bro, that's crazy. That game started off slow. I was sure this wasn't gonna hit, and then they brought it up to 2020. And did they go to overtime this game, or was it just like it was
last second?
Right. I'm looking for the Chargers to literally make a game-winning drive, but as soon as they get into field goal range, they start running the ball, and I'm just like, wow, they really finna just hit this hole with a field goal and win the game. So that didn't cover. I thought it was gonna be a shootout between Bo and Justin, but no luck there. So,
and Eric chiming in with a little commentary on the Texans. Yeah, I don't know, man. Some of these OCs, man, not going. And I'm assuming he's sending this one because my Chiefs versus the Ravens. One of us is gonna be 1-3 after this weekend, man. But honestly, we'll discuss it a little bit later. But I mean, I think they'll both be okay. But it's neither here or there. But yeah, then the money line go, man. Again, my bad. Oh my god, I got. If y'all subscribe to Moneyline Go, y'all follow us on the page. I did end up getting this all back and then some. Like I ended it great on Moneyline Go technically. And that's why I got a sub there because so many lines come out after we're recording this on Wednesday nights that of stuff I like and add. And this one, it was right there. Honestly, who would have saw Isaiah Rodgers having literally maybe the best individual defensive performer of all time?
I miss him in Philly, bro. Please come back.
He whooped him so bad himself. Jamar Chase didn't even play like the last 2 or 3 possessions of the game, and he finished with 50 yards. Jefferson hit this easy. I was like, at the very least, I'm not saying Jake Browning ain't a good quarterback. I was like, you can get Jamar Chase the ball. Like, we know Jamar Chase is probably the best wide receiver in the league with the ball in his hands after the catch. I'm like, all he got to do is get the right crossing route or something. He could take 50 easy. Or 60, get 61 easy, and he finished with 50. So that one was a wash. And then Travis Kelce, I was like, okay, another week, we're not going to have Xavier Worthy. If we're going to be successful, I think Travis Kelce got to have a decent game again. He did not. Should have bet Tyquan Thornton. Tyquan Thornton is here, man. I should have been reading that one better as a Chiefs fan. So the initial money line plays, it was very bad for me. It was very bad. But as you'll see on the next slide, I got it together, y'all. I got it together. But if it was just these and the official plays, oh my God, yeah, it would have been a suicidal. So, but you go ahead and touch on your plays for Moneyline Go, Cam.
Yeah, I took Trey Henderson over 44.5. rushing and receiving. He cleared that. What's called? I'm probably gonna do that again because I think Stevenson probably gonna get benched. Well, I think he is gonna get benched next game, his upcoming game. Yeah, he fumbled like twice this
Bro.
And in the red
that
zone
game.
too. At that,
Yeah.
Bro, 5 fumbles, bro, as a team. 5.
It don't even make sense why he's like, because Henderson is literally the best running back on the team. I have no clue why they had Stevenson.
it's the pass blocking, bro. All the rookie running backs suck at pass pro.
I thought he's good at pass blocking though.
It was some clips.
He's
one.
He's good, but he's not better than
Yeah.
Stevenson at that.
It's just a learning
that's
curve in
why.
the NFL. It was some clips in week 1 where it was like he got Drake May killed, and it was like, bro, they just can't put him in. It's like he'll get it eventually, but Ramondre helping him. They gonna have to put
a rookie to learn off bat, even with training camp.
But it's like running wise, he he has to. So yeah, I might hit that again, or whatever. And then Malik Neighbors, I didn't really get to watch that game, so I don't really know what really. Well, I'm sure
he was on that island.
Yeah.
McDuffie Island. We had safety help all night. We didn't have McDuffie shout him or nothing. It was just we had 2 guys on Neighbors at all times, and at that point it was like, well, if Russ can't throw it to him, these other guys ain't finna beat us. And it's Russ at the end of the day. It was bad. It was like, I think that's part of the reason too they had to move to Jackson Dart, because they gonna lose Malik Neighbors by week 5 if they did it. Like it was that bad for him. So I don't even think he got a target until the end of the third quarter. That's how bad it was.
Damn.
So yeah. And then Swan, you
damn, all y'all was on the text.
Bro, I had faith in y'all for real, bro. Like I really thought that first, you know how I feel about Trevor Lawrence. Let's start there. Like, come on now. I don't like Trevor Lawrence. I know how I feel about him as a quarterback. So of course I'm gonna roll with the Texans on that one. But I just really thought that, it's gonna be a bounce back game, coming in 0-2. Because I'm not gonna lie, I know you got mad at me, but I just didn't see y'all beating the Bucks. Like I'm terrified of Baker in the fourth quarter as a Philly fan.
Shit, 3 game winning drives for Baker.
That's what I'm saying. So I had to. I'm like, look, I done seen it in person before. I couldn't bet against Baker when it comes to the fourth quarter drive. So when y'all scored that quick, I said, yeah, I lead. Did it too quick? Y'all scored too fast, bro. So I'm not gonna lie. I said y'all scored a little too fast. Nick over there celebrating. I said, you might want to put the ball down, sir. Like, it ain't over yet. But I thought Texas gonna be bouncing back. I thought they're gonna do something against Jacksonville because Jacksonville offense hasn't been good. BTR haven't been doing anything. And then as far as like Travis Hunter, he hasn't been doing nothing either. It's just that offense coordinator they have. He's not good. He came from Seattle. And I mean, look at what JSN doing now since he left. He arguably top 3 receiver. Yeah, arguably top 3 receiver right now in yards and everything. So as long as he's in Jacksonville, BTJ and Travis Hunter, they're gonna have limits as far as like looking talent wise. The only thing he's good at is setting up running backs. Because I mean, Travis Etienne having a great year, but as far as the receivers, nobody really doing good. And so with the 49ers, like I said, I don't believe in Kyler Murray. They literally lost the game because they gave up a safety. That's literally what happened. Like they was winning, and then they gave up a safety, and that's how they lost. They lost 15-16. That's one of the craziest ways to lose a game, and you up. And then on top of that, Marvin Harrison Jr. caught the ball, but he wasn't looking at the ball. So they did like a video and zoomed in his eyes. He was looking up. The ball comes to his hands. He's looking up. He's not even looking at the ball. I said that is crazy. Like he's literally looking at the roof. I don't know why. Like, I don't know, but I had 49ers money line. It's hard for me to bet against the 49ers no matter what. They always have some QB look good at the end of the day. So
Mac Jones, 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, it is what it is, man. And Chris, you cashed. You did cash one play this week, man. you leave it here with some shit.
Yeah. Kind of. I guess it's not a good thing CD got hurt, but because he did get hurt, George was kind of the guy that Dak was looking at. So he did get one in the end zone. I wouldn't bet this next week. because that'd be 2 games in a row that he's gotten a touchdown. And I mean, he not going to get 16 touchdowns on the season. So I wouldn't bet this week against Green Bay. They definitely going to have him covered since CD's going to be out. And then Justin Herbert over 1.5, man. I don't give a shit about Justin Herbert. So, when I placed this bet, I was like, I'm gonna have some faith in the dude. He playing really well. This may be the time where I believe in him as a quarterback, and maybe he moving towards that direction. But he didn't get 2 touchdowns, so that screwed me out of it. That game was gonna be a shootout. I thought it was gonna be a high scoring game, so I figured he could at least be responsible for 2 of those. But
yeah,
he's what it is.
It is what it is, man. Like I said, man, this was the first slate of money line go, and I was looking rough, but I fought back, man. I fought back. You can't keep me down for long, man. So, like I said, those first 2 plays absolutely rough, but I had a few extras in the bag. JSN, money machine right now. He's covered this in all 3 games. Sam Darnold and JSN might be the best QB wide receiver duo right now, 3 weeks into the league. I think JSN is second in yards so far this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nico, this was not going to cash. And then Jacksonville had one of the biggest secondary lapses at the end of that game, and Nico ran free for 50 yards and cashed, thank the Lord. And then Texans had a chance to win, didn't do it. That pick, I'm still mad about that, but Nico was able to cash there. KC, PK, Seattle, teaser. Honestly, I could have bet the spreads for both these games, funny enough. I did the teaser with us because, we allergic to covering the spread, but I guess versus Russell Wilson, that solves all things when he's cooking. And then Seattle, oh my God, they whooped the shit out of New Orleans. That shit wasn't even a game. Kyron Williams, anytime touchdown. He sold us last week, got back right this week, man. Knew he was gonna have a heavy dosage this week or this past week versus Philly. Took care of business, and then this one, the last one was wonderful. This capped it all off to go 5-0 for these plays. Gibbs and Henry both cashed in the first quarter. Like, this might be the easiest bet I've had in a while. No stress for the rest of the game. Just easy going from there on out. So I said it was looking very rough. And on the money line, it started off 0-2, real bad. But got it back 5-0 here. So ended up positive on the money line go plays for the week, man. And then Cam was able to cash a couple of his extra plays. And so we mitigated the losses a bit. We mitigated them a bit. Still a losing week, but we mitigated it. So boom, boom, boom. But then for the final tally for the week, man, as for week 3, let's see what we got here. We finished up 14-16, negative 2.21 units. Like I said, just got to be better. Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. Still early, still getting our footing. We'll get back right this week, man. We got to bounce back. We got to bounce back. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Any early plays y'all looking at for week 4?
Man, I'm still looking. I ain't gonna lie. I'm still looking. I know for sure. I know for sure. I'm probably gonna take, because they keep raising Buffalo's spread like crazy. Right now it's 15.5. They keep raising it. I've been peeping it. I'm trying to see. I don't know if I want to run with that though.
Well, I got one play I'm solidifying. I seen
I got one
earlier
for
this morning.
tomorrow. I got Seattle -1 tomorrow. I'm taking that for sure.
Okay. Well, like I hinted at earlier, quarterbacks versus that Cowboys defense, Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns -130. Especially coming off the terrible week he just had.
He better, bro, because I gotta beat Sway this week. I gotta put up at least 140 points, and I'm expecting 30 from Jordan Love.
I'm probably gonna take.
I hope Eberflus run that stupid ass zone again. I need the whole world to see, because the whole world gonna be watching this game. They gotta see the Micah revenge stupid trade game.
They do.
Jesus Christ.
I think I'm gonna do Seattle -1.5. I think I'm gonna take. I don't even want to take y'all. Texas pissed me off. I'm avoiding that.
I'm dead. But
I don't-
speaking of the Sunday
maybe
night,
you can make a bet on the Texans, Cam.
Huh?
Who?
Cam Sanders.
I ain't touching that.
They ain't won. You ain't touched the bet on like this.
You know what? I'll do it just for you, bro. I'll put $100 on it.
We gotta see.
nobody said you had to put 100 on it.
Nah, bro, the spread. Yeah, I'm putting 100 on the spread, bro.
Oh, bro, don't do that. Just put like 10.
I'm going all in. Nah, bro, I gotta flip it, bro.
But speaking of the Sunday night man game, let's talk about it. Michael's return to Jerry's World. This is another line I'm looking at for whenever it comes out. But I was watching ESPN bet yesterday. I think it was like minus 105. Micah Parsons over 0.5 sacks. He got to get one, right?
I'm getting. I'm taking that.
I don't know, bro. I'm not saying he won't. He'll definitely get some pressures for sure. But I mean, it's not like Dak been getting got to.
He not, but that Packers secondary, I don't know who's gonna be getting open for y'all. So Dak might be running for his life.
So bet the interceptions then. Don't bet the sacks. I mean, if he get one, that's cool. But it's not like how many sacks Mike got on the season right now.
Well, he's been limited. I think he got like.
Nah, fuck that shit. No, don't
No,
do
like,
that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, nah,
don't
realistically, I think I'll think he'll like maybe 2 or 3. I don't know. I don't know for sure.
I think it is like 3. It may
think
be
like
2 or 3.
3.
But I think it is like 3.
He's projected to finish like.
I think like 2 of them came late game. They had nothing to do with the outcome.
He had one. The first game, he had one late. The very first game they played against Detroit.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know if he gonna get back there like people want him to. But he definitely gets some pressures, and I think he definitely will force a couple of interceptions on Dak.
Yeah, he currently sitting at 1.5 sacks right now.
1.5, okay.
Yeah, but did y'all also see that? And I really don't have a say on this. Like I see both sides of it. I think it's just pettiness.
I know
at
what
the
you're
end of
talking
the day.
about. Yeah.
Jerry's not. They're not doing no tribute video. For
I heard about that.
That's
Why would they though? Be real. Like, why would they?
I don't know. I mean,
We haven't won. We didn't win anything. He was just a good
Out
player.
of respect, though.
yeah.
Out of respect. It was like 4 years. Like how long was he with the team?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I can see why you wouldn't because it's only for you. But at the same time, it's like I don't think it's like that's a good reasoning. That's not Jerry's reasoning for not doing the video. It's just pettiness because of how things went down.
Is Jay okay? I know it's whole different league, whatever. But is Jalen Green going to get a tribute?
No.
You don't think the Rockets going to give him a tribute?
No.
Wait, who? Jalen Green?
Hell
Yes.
no.
Hell no. Yeah, see, that's the same thing. Yeah.
Oh my, they're definitely giving him a tribute, bro.
No, they're
They
not.
giving Jalen Green one?
Yeah,
Yes.
Would they
'Cause
like by fact they are?
I'm pretty sure they will
No, I'm
because
pretty
it's not
sure
like
they will.
Jalen Green wanted out. They just traded him.
I don't think Jalen Green will.
It's
is
just
y'all
a sign of
problem. This is not
appreciation.
y'all
I'm not
problem.
saying I'm not
Yeah,
saying
it's not
I
y'all.
agree with it. I'm saying
Yeah,
they
no,
probably do it for a sign of appreciation.
These the same people that's letting people into the Hall of Fame. This is the problem, bro.
Yeah, I agree on that sentiment. That is soft. I agree on that sentiment. But I can see them doing it for sure.
That's crazy.
But at the same time,
Micah should
the
get
only
one,
thing I
man.
can really compare it to, y'all know y'all gave Zeke a tribute video when he returned.
Why the fuck would we do that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. But that's what I'm like. I get it was only 4 years, but it's like Michael did stuff in the Cowboys uniform, never been done before in them 4 years. 12 sacks every season. It's like, okay, maybe show a little appreciation.
I'm saying,
But if they don't, I get it too. But it's just like how everything went out. I'm like, Jerry, you just doing this shit to be in the headlines for one.
bro, but I'm saying what Cam's saying I'm still stuck on the Jalen Green part because the last memory you got of Jalen Green is only scoring double digits one time in the playoff run. That's the last memory you got.
Yeah, but he basically grew up in
I
Houston.
don't feel like you gotta do a tribute. You can make a comment. You can be like, we appreciate.
I
it.
grew up in Dallas. Am I gonna get tribute video to go back home to Dallas? No,
Hey, bro, it's not the same,
You
bro.
got Michael Parsons, bro.
Bro, he came in as an 18, 19-year-old kid. It was a second round. I mean, not second round, a second overall pick, first overall pick, whatever.
and he left only averaging 8 points in that playoff run.
He gave
Shooting 34% from the field.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm not saying he's deserving of one, but knowing the way the thing, yeah, I'm sure the Rockets will do it out of respect. Now, personally, do I think he deserves it? You know how I feel about him.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he deserves one. I think that's where I'm at. I don't think he deserves one.
Okay, but what do y'all see happening this weekend though? In Mike Parsons' return, he's gonna
get some pressure for sure because
dominance.
And the Cowboys, I got some people on your O line hurt or like.
We do got one dude hurt, I believe.
I think one of your tackles hurt.
Yeah.
Is it Gutton? I think he's out.
Gutton,
yeah. I think he out or he bank or game time decision. I guess.
We got like 3 niggas.
I know. Some people was hurt from that.
3 people named Tyler, bro.
Yeah. That's a very common name for Cowboys. I don't know why. Going back to Tyler. Why? Yeah. Ooh, Jerry got fittest for people named Tyler. He got to.
He be hitting though.
Oh,
that's y'all. The Texans need one.
So
they need a Tyler.
So Chris, is there? I mean, I kind of already know that. Is there any
any
hope
world
for
where we
this
win this game?
Yeah, any real reality like a way for y'all to win this game? How does that go?
The only way we win. What
I
the?
could,
Bro, this nigga. I'm looking at my screen like, what about
the cat was trying to stop you right there because
ain't no for real. Like, don't even say that stupid shit.
Don't even say it.
No, literally, the only way we win this game is if Jordan Love doesn't show up because it's right there for him. Like, the game is right there. Like, I don't really know any better way to say it. I wouldn't even put it on their defense because I don't think. I mean, our offense could probably still produce, maybe. I don't know what. I mean, look. We talked about it all last year and the years before when Mike was on the Cowboys. He don't make the run defense any better. So, and Javonte running the shit out that ball. So I don't know if they're gonna be able to stop the run game. But I guess you can load up in the box since you know we don't got CD. Maybe you just one-on-one everybody else outside and just put 6-7 guys just on the line and let them crash. And so I don't know. In my head, the only way they win this game is if Jordan Love give it to us. If he don't, and he actually show up to play, and he give me my fantasy points like I need him to, then that's easy. And he don't even got to be great. He literally just got to just do his job.
Yeah. And I'm looking
at that's how we win the game. But
I get what you're saying with the Javonte stuff, but.
It's a stretch. Don't get me wrong. It's a stretch.
Oh no, I'm not even saying that. I'm just looking at the Packer defense because the Packer defense is really good. They give on average they're giving up about like 60-ish rushing yards to start this season, and if they shutting down Javonte, it's just like Dak. Like I'm not saying he don't got weapons because George Pickens is a weapon, but like that's about it. Ferguson.
I think y'all underestimating that O line, bro. We arguably got like a top 5 O line in the league. Easily.
We're gonna see.
There's no reason Javonte Williams should be looking this good.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason in hell why he should be running the ball like this. I don't even Miles Sanders is hit holes.
So is this a Javonte game? Javonte over?
Hell no. No, don't bet on this game. What's the spread?
-7 Packers.
Damn, I was gonna say bet the spread, but that's
okay.
I don't like spreads that are big like that. I feel like that's a big spread.
It's down to 6.5 now.
You should see Buffalo spread right now.
You said what?
You should see Buffalo spread. If you don't like the spreads that big, look at Buffalo's right now.
Who they playing?
New Orleans.
Oh, they just lost by like.
I know what I'm saying. There's 15.5.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But definitely gonna be the most watched Sunday night football game in some time, just because Mike has returned. Dallas, all the narratives, everything surrounding it.
This is exactly what Jerry wants too. He's gonna make so much money from this game.
What is your thoughts next Wednesday if we're coming back to record and Micah Parsons has like 4 sacks, a forced fumble recovery? Like, what if Micah goes absolutely?
He's saying like he had like a Lawrence Taylor type of game.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he ain't never did that. No star. So, I mean, if he got, let's say he gets like a couple sacks, and he gonna get his pressures, bro. Like, I really don't even want to count the pressures because he gets them all the time. I mean, if he has a game like that where he's just kind of doing what I know he can do, I mean, that's cool. If he has a crazy ass game, I'm gonna be like, damn.
He gonna be upset with Jerry a little more if he has a crazy game? Or?
Not really. I'm still gonna be more upset with Eberflus because at the end of the day, I feel like I mean, look at the Browns, right? Like, they offense ain't shit, but their defense, like they're taking advantage of their defense, and they have obviously the best defensive player in the league right now. But everybody else around them, like, they ain't perennial stars. So I don't know. I feel like we have really good defensive pieces, other than Trayvon Diggs, sorry ass. I just feel like we're not using them correctly. This defense was good last year, and we didn't win a lot of games. Dak was out half the season. The year before that, defense was really like our defense has always been pretty good. Even before Micah came, like, it was still decent. Like, our defense now is ass, bro. Like, it's really, really, really bad. I've never seen it this bad. Yeah. Even in the 8-8 seasons with Romo.
Just remember, if you think this defense is this bad with Eberflus, keep in mind this guy was also helping Caleb with offense last year. So
yeah, this guy sucks.
He just started overall. He can't even do special teams.
Yeah.
This is a bad guy.
Yeah, but next segment for week 4, man, and this one involves my Chiefs, so I'm gonna let y'all talk about it first, man. But Chiefs, Ravens, both 1-2. Somebody after this week, unless they tie, they both been playing so ass, maybe they will. But unless it's a tie, one of these teams is gonna be 1-3. And we seen the comment Eric made earlier. I'm gonna bring it back up just so it's fresh on everybody's mind. Teams that start 1-3 have an 8% chance of making the playoffs in NFL history. That's going to be one of these teams at the end of this Sunday afternoon. Obviously, both these teams came in with Super Bowl aspirations, both in the top 5 for Super Bowl odds. Season has not gotten off to the way you wanted to for either side. Obviously, for the Ravens, it looks way worse because it's not like they playing bad. They just playing bad at the very end. And the Chiefs, it just ain't looked good since the start of it all. Literally since the first offensive play, Worthy hurt. Like, it just been downhill from there. So, do any of these teams need to hit the panic button if they lose this weekend, man? I'm gonna swing it to you first, Swan. Chiefs or Ravens? If one of them loses, are you hitting the panic button?
I probably would with the Ravens, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we done seen your team, come back at a situation lower than this and win. With the Ravens, it's like they added more in the offseason than y'all, in my opinion. Bringing in everyone is like defensive pieces and stuff, and bringing in D-Hop for receiving depth, and then Jair Alexander from Green Bay. They bringing in help, to make this a Super Bowl aspiration team, and the pieces they brought are getting cooked. Like, their defense on paper is supposed to be really good. It's kind of like their defense is like, it's kind of like how the Commanders' defense was last year. If you had signed these players maybe like 5 years prior, then yeah, like, you'd be very dominant. But it's like you brought them in to win now, and it's like you can't put no excuse. Everybody's healthy, besides Isaiah Likely, obviously that's one piece, but everybody majority is healthy. And y'all still losing to teams that, like, lost a lot. Like, the Lions lost both their coordinators, and they came in there and put 38 on your head, and it's kind of like, I don't know. And then Derrick Henry, he just not looking like how he was last year. He's not looking dominant. Fumbling 2 fumbles in 3 games, it's not like him, and them fumbles cost the game. And then Lamar, he's pretty much blaming everyone else, which, I mean, cool and all at the same time, but, like, if you win the leader, you gotta, like, you can't just point the fingers at everyone else. You gotta, like, keep everyone together. Like, I see the sidelines of him getting on Derrick Henry's, like, ass over the sidelines and everything. And I'm kind of like, this team they don't look in sync at all. The defense really don't look in sync. Letting David Montgomery rush for 164 yards. That's probably the top 5 defense in the league. and then you letting St. Brown have 80 yards on you, then you letting Jahmyr Gibbs have
He
90
run
yards.
this shit.
Like you letting St. Brown shake his ass in front of y'all. Like, bro, this is crazy. Like, I don't like, bro. I don't know, bro. I'll hit the panic button more with the Ravens, bro. Honestly, it was up to me personally, and then I will really hit the panic button with them because, like, in y'all division, obviously, like, y'all been dominating division for 8+ years. Obviously, you got teams like the Chargers and everything who are recently just now getting good after years of being the laughing stock. With that division they're in, I'm not like that division. Obviously, they're in a very tough division with the Rams and everything else. But I'm not. But outside that, besides y'all dominating them over the years, the Bills also been dominating them over the years. And so if the Ravens adding all these pieces, and mind you, Buffalo didn't really do much in the offseason, but add an aging Joey Bosa, re-sign James Cook, and that's pretty much it. They didn't really add much to their offense or team overall. And they're 3-0. And so if you're struggling, if you're 1-2 and you added way more than every else team in the AFC, and you got the Bills who didn't really do much, and they're 3-0, I would be terrified, honestly, because you're gonna face them in the playoffs if you even get there, and they probably gonna dog walk you. Just like the Bills won last year. They pretty much kept the same roster. They didn't really add nobody else, really, to be honest. And they still winning games. And Josh Allen, he not even have to do much. I think he only had like maybe one good passing game because their team is just so good overall. So I would be,
Ravens.
Yeah, and I would be definitely terrified if I was the Ravens. I would definitely put, a panic button. Like as far as the Chiefs is like, with y'all is that y'all have like a lot of injury bugs. I'm using an excuse, but y'all have injury bugs, and y'all trying to figure things out, bringing in so many receivers and stuff. It's just bad luck right now. Once everything get clicked, when like Rasheed Rice come back, and then is everywhere to get in sync, it won't be as much to worry about. Versus the Ravens, they're a fully healthy team and they're 1-2. Y'all not fully healthy, so I wouldn't really panic with y'all versus them. That's just my opinion.
That's fair. What about you, Chris? Time to panic for either one of these teams?
No, what Cam just said at the end is literally my thoughts. Like, for one, I get the 8% stat. I feel like the Chiefs and Mahomes still sold they sold to the devil. So if anybody was to make it the playoffs 8%, it would be them. But yeah, I mean, if they lose this game, I mean, we know Rasheed's gonna come back and Pascal will have his WR1. Worthy's still a little injured, so once he comes back, like y'all have reinforcements. Lamar and them don't got reinforcements. Like that team that they have right now, that they're losing with, that's the team that they got to win with in week 17 or in the playoffs. So now, if they lose this next game against an injured Kansas City team, they should 100% push the panic button. And it has nothing to do with their talent either. It's really just execution, right? Like being able to win games at the end of the game. And Kansas City's like, those are one of those teams where you really have to make sure you execute correctly, because if you don't take it away from them to win, they will keep trying to grab it, and many times we've watched them do it. I'm sure Cam and his Texans can relate to that. No, I was kidding.
Why you trying to take shots at you?
But that's pretty much my thoughts on it, man. I wouldn't hit the panic button if I'm the Chiefs because you got reinforcements coming. But if I'm Baltimore, I definitely would be worried if we lose against Kansas City next week, considering they're pretty injured.
What about you, Cam? How you feeling?
I'm gonna be a little different, but I'm like in the middle of both. I don't know which one to pick, but I'm gonna be different since y'all two picked the Ravens. I'm gonna say the Chiefs. I'm gonna say Chiefs because with the Ravens, they can still fight back into like the division and like damn near win the division. Because I mean, Joe Burrow, and I like you said last week, they're not saying it. He's probably out for the season. So the Bengals, they really didn't look that great last week. Not really trusting them to to stay in that division, in the lead or whatever. So I feel like and then also the Steelers whatever. That's that'll be a tough game, but I still think the Ravens can beat the Steelers either both games or split or whatever. So I think the Ravens will be okay going down 1-3 compared to like the Chiefs. If the Chiefs go down 1-3, you got one team that's in the league right now that's already undefeated, 3-0. You already lost to them once, so you can't really lose to them again. And then you got the Broncos. They 1-2. They don't really look good. But last year, Bo started off slow. He picked it up or whatever. Could be the same thing this year. I don't really know. Their defense is solid or whatever. Every game in that division is going to be a tough game. Maybe other than the Raiders. Y'all should spank the Raiders.
It'll still be a tough game.
Yeah, it's still gonna be a tough game. So, I would say the Chiefs only because of that. If you go, if y'all go down 1-3, it's gonna be kind of either one is gonna be an uphill battle. But I feel like that's gonna be even more tougher to try to get back into win a division or get into the wild card or whatever. So I would say y'all.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, that leaves it to me, and my aunt just trying to say I'm panicking with the disconnect between Mahomes and Kelsey. I'm not even panicking for that, and here's where I feel with Kelsey, man. Obviously, GOAT tight end, legendary, first ballot Hall of Fame. We basically Kelsey and LeBron are one and the same, essentially, at this point in their career. Kelsey 36. Kelsey cannot be wide receiver 1 on our team anymore. And that's not a knock to him. He's 36. He did it for many years. That time has passed him now. But given our current circumstances with Rasheed out, Xavier hurt the first game on literally the third play. Juju Smith-Schuster, Tyquan Thornton are our wide receivers. Well, damn. When teams go man, Kelsey kind of got to be wide receiver 1 again because we don't have any other people that can consistently be man. Hollywood too, they not beating man consistently. So I think that's what you see with some of the frustrations of Kelsey on the sidelines. Damn, can we pick it up? Can someone get open? Because they gonna bracket me and I'm not who I used to be, and that's frustrating. I can't do it anymore. And it's for this offense to truly be successful, we need Worthy Rice because then that allows Kelsey to be the third, fourth option, which is what he should be at this point in his career. But it just really depends on if this game plays Sunday and the Chiefs look decent, the Ravens look decent, somebody wins on a field goal or something, I don't think it's time to panic for either of them. And I only say that because I get the stat, the 8% making the playoffs. But the only reason I say it's not time to panic because look at the rest of the AFC. Yeah, and with the stats say you got an 8% chance of making the playoffs. But as of right now, like Cam pointed out, the AFC North is in shambles. We know Pittsburgh is going to be there at the end because they always are with Tomlin, but Pittsburgh is not a good football team right now. They got to win this week. Props to them. They got to win. But since he's not going nowhere without Joe, Cleveland, they're still Cleveland at the end of the day. They not going to make it. The Texans, who we thought were going to be right there, 0-3, so they even worse than us right now. So it's there's going to be 7 spots for the playoffs. So right now it's the Colts, the Bills, and the Chargers all at 3-0. Now I'm not saying the Colts aren't good, but yeah, that same
the Colts is crazy, bro.
The Colts are there, and it's how real are the Colts? But credit to them, they 3-0. So that's 3 teams right there. But there's gonna have to be another divisional winner. So 4 spots will be gone, but them 3 wild card spots, the Ravens and Chiefs will still very much be in play for those if they can just get it together. It just sucks. They're 1 and 2. They didn't get the starts they wanted. Now they got to play with each other. Now, if it looks bad for either of them, it's time to start hitting the panic button on what the fuck is going on with this offense for Kansas City. It can't keep being, Andy Reid, I call the plays, or we'll get it together. No, bro, it's been 3 years now. If it's truly you, Andy, then it's time to relinquish play calling duties. You too old for this shit now. It just is what it is. We don't got no running game. If it's a running game is ass again, especially versus this Ravens defense, Veach, pick up the phone. New Orleans, give us Kamara. Because what the fuck is he doing wasting over there at this point in his career? That y'all are going over. Give us Kamara. Our Jets, give us something. Something got to change. For the Ravens, it's damn. The one problem they have right now is the defense. It's Lamar can't fix that. Like Lamar can do what he can do, but he can't play defense. But I have a little bit of pause there because it's like the Ravens defense was also ass last year to start off with. So maybe it's a Zach Orr thing with their coordinator. Like maybe his defense will start off slow. They pick it up as the season goes on. But I will say, if the Ravens lose and Marlon Humphrey is back on his podcast the next day making another stupid ass post on Twitter, someone in that locker room got to hem his ass up, bro. That shit cannot fly no more. It just simply can't, man. So it's not truly time to just hit the panic button given how the rest of the AFC looks. But it's definitely not the start either of these teams want to look for. So let's see if they can right the ship. Derrick Henry, will he look better versus us? This will be a real test for our defense because I know our defense has played better. I still don't know if we're a really good defense or we just had we've been playing horrible-ass offenses the last couple games. Because Philly, week 2, they were still doing their BS. And then this week we played Russ, and I'm still not sold because, yeah, Russ went off versus the Cowboys, but obviously everybody and their mama can go off versus the Cowboys because Caleb Williams just did it. So it'll be a test for sure, but I'm not ready to hit the panic button on them either. But for the Ravens, I think it would be a little worse solely just because given history, like we said, the Chiefs, they got a dynasty. At some point, I would think, and I already predicted it this year, I was like, we probably going to have somewhat of a reset year. Like, it just is what it is. You can't dominate the NFL for this damn long. Like, it happens to everybody. For the Ravens, like, well, shit, where do we go from here? Because this, like, we keep saying we got the best roster. This is the best year to do it. Harbaugh got to get fired. Like, he just has to. And you kind of got to do some reshuffling with some things and pieces because you can't keep going back to the drawing board with this same offense. And like I said, Lamar was this year 8 or 9. It's like, bro, not getting any younger. I'm not saying he can't not do it. It's just completely over with. But the window is like it's closing. So like y'all got to get it together for sure. But should be a good game. Lamar's 1-5 in his career versus us. So that's another added element. If he loses again, it's like you can't beat us. You can't beat the Bills. We're the 2 contenders standing in your way. Lamar, yeah, it's gonna be rough. And if we beat them, oh my God, Bills Mafia is gonna be on their ass all weekend long. So, Ravens fans, I just hope y'all know what's coming, man. I hope y'all know what's coming. But with that being said, man, before we wrap this episode up, we didn't have it last week, but we back this week, man. Ladder leadership had time. They did better planning this week. They had more time on their schedule to knock things out. So we got a good ladder for y'all, man. So we got a ladder headed into week 4. So we
Dallas up there.
No, they not up there at all.
They up there in allowed passing yards. Stupid ass.
Yeah, stupid ass, man. But yeah, man. LJ's ladder week 4 NFL ranking system. If y'all new to the podcast, man, we finna hop right into it. So let's get this started. Everybody, mute their mics. Let's get this going.
We climbing to the top, no stopping. Every week we check the ranks, NFL's on lock. From the bottom of the board to the team on top, step by step, yeah, we rising fast. If you ain't built for the climb, you ain't gonna last. Best in the league, yeah, we set that bar. Championship dreams, we know who you are. Top of the ladder, that's the quest. Only one spot for the number 1 best. Climb high, don't drop.
Special for what? All right. What are you talking about?
LJ's ladder. To the top.
LJ's ladder. Which team will climb to the top? All right, man. So let's get this started, man. Let's get this started. So can we just get to 2026 team? Like, I feel bad. There's nothing they have to look forward to. Maybe New York, because now you get to see Jackson Dart. But at the same time, it's like, man, you realize this year is essentially over with. because you're all 0-3. Titans 0-3. Cam Ward, great quarterback, but nothing else around him. Saints don't know what's going on. Like, it's just a garbage fire over there. And for the Dolphins, man, Tua, you paid him. You're kind of handicapped. You got to get rid of probably Tyreek, maybe HM, but like McDaniel's probably gone. But can we just fast forward to 2026? Because they already done with 2025, 3 weeks into the season. And that truly sucks for all those fan bases that are included with those teams, man. Next rung, no man's land. These next 5 teams, it's like they're better than the bottom 4, but at the same time, it's like, do we truly have anything to look forward to? The Jets, you see some positive stuff. Glenn seems to have got the team turned around a bit. They're not, bottom of the barrel like before. The Raiders, Geno, I mean, it's damn near like the quarterback he was backing up in Seattle. Stop letting Geno cook. It don't work. The Patriots, like, damn, we're still the Patriots. We still have turnover problems. We still don't know how to win football games. Drake May is in year 2. While he has upside, it's like, oh, we can still be better. Not much to look forward to. Cleveland, you got to win. Panthers, you got to win. Congrats. You're still not going nowhere this year. So these teams are truly in no man's land. No real upside there. But they got a couple of them got wins this week, man. Next rung, distressed and defeated. The Falcons. Michael Penix was, supposed to be the future, and I get it. It's only his 3rd game, so it's not like, everything is just garbage from here on out, but they can't throw the ball down the middle for whatever reason. They just got blasted 30-0 to Carolina, so they're now 0-2 in the division. It's like they feel kind of defeated at this point at 1-2, 0-2 in the division. Texans, supposed to be an AFC contender, 0-3. The defense looks amazing. The offense is the complete opposite. You feel distressed and defeated headed into week 4. And if you lose to the Titans, it's not over, but boy, it's over. Arizona, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. cannot get on the same page whatsoever. They're defeated. And the Bengals, we already know what the deal is. Joe Burrow is out. Jake Browning, a couple years ago was able to go 9-8. That was probably a fluke. He probably not doing that again this year. So even if Joe can get back healthy in 3 months, it probably won't even be nothing to play for at that point. So they're distressed and defeated. Next rung, disheartened and disappointed. A little better than distressed and defeated, but still not much more, man. The Jaguars, you got to win this week, but it was ugly as hell. You still don't know what the hell is going on with Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas Jr. Why did Mac Jones have him looking like a wide receiver 1? Why can't Trevor Lawrence do the same? Chicago, you looked great, but it's still a little disappointing when you realize it was versus Dallas. So it's like Dallas let Russ throw for damn near 500 yards. Russell Wilson will no longer be the starter again for this NFL season. So how much of that was really, Caleb Williams looked really great? Nah, it was the Cowboys, man. And then the Cowboys, as we've discussed plenty of times on this episode so far, that defense is Swiss cheese. Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Take it to the bank this week. And for Denver, like I said and warned Denver, it would be different if y'all was going into year 2 of Bo Nix. Like, okay, we got Bo Nix year 2. Great defense. We can build on this. But no, you stupid-ass donkey fans. Y'all wanted to jump straight to, we're Super Bowl contenders. Sean Payton, this is the best. This is better than 9 of the teams I coached with Drew Brees on it. And look at you now, 1-2, losing to the Chargers, who I said were probably the one team that may, leapfrog the Chiefs and take the AFC West. So these teams are disheartened and disappointed headed into week 4, man. Next rung, keep it moving here. 12th round. All of these teams, they have their moments where they look good. They have their moments where they look bad. I don't think we would take any 3 of these teams as true contenders, but it's not a team you see on the schedule and you're like, happy we get to play them this week. No, it's going to be like, this is a long-ass Sunday. It's going to be down to the final moment of the game, and if we screw up, we might end up losing. Steelers, with that defense, as we've seen, even though it still looks bad over there, 5 forced turnovers on New England this week, won them the game. Seattle, like I said, JSN is wide receiver 1. He's balling, and McDonald's got that defense hitting on all cylinders. Minnesota, Flores has that defense. That if I'm a quarterback playing the Minnesota defense that week, I'm not getting any sleep because you don't know what type of coverages and blitzes you're getting from Flores. And this week, Isaiah Rodgers literally had the most perfect game ever by PFF grades. Literally the most perfect game ever. So when you see these teams on the schedule, you just know you're in for a long-ass Sunday where you might end up on the losing end. Next rung. Tread or dead. These teams, they're treading water lightly right now. But if they don't pick it up, they're going to be dead here pretty soon. If they got to turn things around and they play each other this week. One of these teams is headed to 1-3. Not much more has to be said, like we just discussed. Not time to hit the panic button. But after this week, if you don't start fixing it and getting wins, then it's like, okay, time to panic because you can only tread water for so long. Like I said, that's it for them. Next rung, man. Here we go. Jury is still out. All these teams are really good. 2 of them are 3-0. The Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. Washington 2-1. Got a dub without Jane Daniels, so the jury is still out on them being good. But where they're sitting 3 weeks in, they're not complaining. This is exactly where you want to be. The Colts with Danny Dimes. Hey, maybe that is the prophecy. Maybe a star player, not a star player. Let me be careful with my words. Maybe a good player leaves the New York Giants, goes on to win a Super Bowl. Because right now, that's where the Colts are headed by all statistics speaking. Daniel Jones leading in a lot of the quarterback categories. The Colts have punted 1 time through 3 weeks. Everything is great. San Francisco, things have been looking good while you're not even at full health. But then at the same time, you just lost Nick Bosa for the season to a torn ACL. So it's like, dang, jury is still out for these teams. But like I said, they're if you tell them after 3 weeks, this is where they would be, all those teams would be happy. Next rung, real deal contenders. Like, just call a spade a spade. All these teams are in Super Bowl contention this year, man. The Chargers 3-0 in the division at that look amazing. Justin Herbert, MVP favorite right now. And if he keeps playing the way he does, they keep having the success, he's going to be the NFL MVP. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, 3 games, 3-game winning drives. Amazing. Green Bay, they dropped a deuce this weekend versus Cleveland. You know, shit the bed, but they're still very much a formidable opponent. The Lions, obviously, we were looking at them a little sideways week 1 after losing their coordinators, but they did their damn thing versus Baltimore. They're very much still contenders. And then the Rams. You can't beat the Eagles for whatever reason, but what we see in that first half is exactly why we have reason to believe this team can be a contender. But if they see Philly, then it's like, I don't know. But maybe if they are able to go through the playoff bracket and not see Philly, they have a chance. Next rung on a rung of their own. Divine timing. Is this the perfect timing for Buffalo now, man? Is it? Because the Chiefs don't look like the Chiefs. You beat the Ravens, so you got the tiebreaker over them, and they don't look right now. The Chargers are the only other team in the AFC you think is a formidable opponent. Maybe the Colts. Like I said, jury's still out. But other than that, you should have a cakewalk to the number 1 seed, home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and the bye. First time ever for you guys. Is this a perfect timing for Buffalo? I sure hope it is. But Bills Mafia, you better hope it is, because if it's not, oh my God, I'm gonna be insufferable. I'm gonna be the most ignorant fan you've ever met. So y'all better get it done with the timing lining up correctly for y'all right now. And last but not least, sitting atop the rungs, man, the 2024 Chiefs are the 2025 Philadelphia Eagles. Last week, y'all would have been the 2024 Chiefs. But this week, y'all got to be the 2024 Chiefs. Winning it on a walk-off field goal block. I heard that's nothing but luck last year. But this week, hey, they just find ways to win. And yeah, that's how NFL football goes. So what are y'all going to say now? It don't look the prettiest, but they find ways to win. Special teams getting it done. Jordan Davis with the block and the return for the touchdown. Eagles to the top the LJ's ladder headed into week 4, man. What y'all thinking? Any critiques?
I'm not mad at it.
Nah, I ain't mad at it.
What about you, Chris? Any teams we need to move up, move down?
No, I ain't mad. You did a good job.
Okay, so hey man, they're week 4. I was low key finna troll, but I knew Nick Wright was already gonna have it on his tiers. I was gonna put Bills still at the top and say the September champs, because look what do we do every year, y'all? We're at the end of September, and what's the narrative right now? Man, the Bills, they're headed to the Super Bowl. This is 3-4 years running. At the end of September, every year the Bills look great. It's like they headed to the bowl, man. But we'll see.
I'm surprised that they don't bring up. They always bring up everything with Philly pass. They the only franchise to go to Super Bowl 4 years in a row in the 90s and lose all 4 in a row. And they don't talk about that enough, in my opinion.
The only team to make 4 Super Bowls in a row.
And lose all of them, too. And like, yes, 4 times in a row, Chris. Like, they don't talk about that enough. And they always saying a lot of stuff. They don't
It's
talk
the
about
final year in the stadium, so maybe it's written in the script. You know, they gonna get the Super Bowl and be able to hang the banner next year in their new stadium. That's what I'm hearing right now from Bills Mafia. That's what's finna happen, man. So
that's just
hey,
fascinating.
more power to them, man. But we appreciate y'all if y'all have listened all the way through to another one, man. It's our I Need a Sports Pod NFL Week 3 recap, Week 4 preview. Like I said, go follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Moneyline Gold. The plays will be there later this week. We gonna get our get back. I promise. We're gonna get back right. We all finna have a positive week. We all finna sweep the board. I'm speaking it into existence right now, man. I'm speaking it into existence right now. But we appreciate y'all listening. If y'all listen all the way through, it's your boy Bryce, Swan, Chris, Cam, your favorite kids from the neighborhood signing off. And we out. Peace. I need it.